Hello and welcome to Pedz Game Shack. This is episode 23. Today we have returning guest Cumberdanes. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, dude?
No bad. Certainly cannot complain.
Well, you can, if you really wanted to.
But it would be rude.
It's fair enough. Been up to much other than work?
Not a great deal of work for the most part. Been to a convention recently. That was fun.
Oh, what convention's that?
Northeast Retro Gaming.
Oh, nice.
Like a little local retro con with like old arcade machines, pinball machines, old consoles, that sort of thing. Like little market, like retro game stalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had their. It's been going for a while, but like this year they had their first ever like guests, like kind of like a special guest sort of thing. They had Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, from EastEnders.
Not that one.
I know, Billy Mitchell, King of Kong.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, he was there, and the guy who founded Twin Galaxies.
Twin Galaxies. No, I'm unfamiliar with that.
Twin Galaxies is like the arcade records.
Oh, right, nice.
It's a Guinness now, like Guinness Book of Records. Like Twin Galaxies, they keep all the records for like arcade high scores.
Oh, nice. What happened with that Billy Mitchell?
Speedrunner.com, basically.
Ah, right, fair enough. I get you. Yeah. What happened with that Billy Mitchell in the end, though? Because he was accused of cheating and stuff. Did that turn out?
I think some of his records were called into question over the years, but he does still like have the first ever confirmed kill screen in Pac-Man.
Nice. Nice.
And he does have a lot of like world championships in Donkey Kong, where he's just played live on stage and it couldn't have been faked.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of his high scores have been called into question, I believe.
Yeah. He wasn't. Have you seen Pixels?
No.
Well, there's a character in there who's played by who was the guy in what was his name? He's in Game of Thrones, and he was also the voice of Peter Dinklage. That's the one.
Peter Dinklage, yeah.
Yeah. He got like a mullet and a beard and stuff, and he's meant to be amazing at games. And I think he's meant to be like a piss take of Billy Mitchell because he like cheats and stuff. He's wearing shades all the time, and he's actually got like that cheat codes on the inside of his glasses.
Oh wow! I didn't get to do as much as I would like. We got there a bit late because I had to go for a haircut on the morning beforehand. And then when we got there was get some lunch, and there was like a massive queue for the burger van.
Oh, you should have just took food with you.
That would have been a better idea. They should have had more than one burger van, to be fair.
Yeah, you think they would?
Because the queue didn't seem to be moving; it was just massive. Yeah, it was a fun day. I didn't but bought a couple of things. I bought like a Halo Mega Bloks kit.
Oh, nice.
Like a brute chopper from Halo 3.
Nice.
And I bought where is it that I bought an Xbox game? I can't find it. A Gladiator Sword of Vengeance for the Xbox.
Based on the film?
Nah, it's by Acclaim. I think it's like basically like a God of War clone.
Ah, well, if it's
it looks like a God of War clone anyway.
If it's half as good as God of War or God of War 2, especially God of War 2, then it's going to be a good game.
I think it's one of the kind of mediocre sort of third-person action games. It'll probably be fun to play.
Yeah. Well, I haven't played the later Gears, later God of Wars, but the first two are really good, so I'll have to get to the rest of them. They're on my to-do list.
God of War's a fun series. I always love God of War. It was quite funny. I got a taxi home once, and got taught to drive.
Crazy taxi.
It wasn't not a crazy taxi. The guy driving was a gamer, and I got taught, and he's like, "What consoles have you got?" And I was like, "I've got like at the time it was a PS4 and a Series S." And he was like, "Oh, just like God of War," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been playing them like since the PS2." And he was like, "What, the PS2?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's quite a long running series, you know." And he was like, "Oh no, I didn't realize." He just thought it was like just that one game.
Shit. Damn, I even know about the older games. I just never played them until recently.
Yeah, he just thought it was like one game, and then Ragnarok, a sequel. I was like, well, what do you think half the story's referring to? Like when there's like flashbacks and when he to certain things from the older games. Like, what do you think that was? Just made up.
It could have been, to be fair. They could have just had flashback. Like in some games, they do have flashbacks to things that didn't happen in the previous games. I think they do that in Gears of War, where you're like protecting the stuff, Marcus Phoenix's house with his father, but you don't know much about it up until that point, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like a bit of God of War.
Yeah, I need to play more. I've got the second HD collection with the two PlayStation 3, the PSP games on the PS3, games. And I've also got the other ones, not Chains of Olympus, Ascension and 3, and God of War. I haven't got Ragnarok. The only one I haven't got.
Ascension's the one that's kind of like a bit meh.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I think it's made by a different team, and it's not great. It's not bad. It's kind of like Gears of War Judgment or whatever it's called.
Oh, like a little different to the traditional.
Yeah.
Be worth checking out.
Not quite as good, but it is a good game though.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look. I'll definitely get around to them. I was looking. I've got it on my phone or on the PC, like the order to play them in release order. I think there is, and that's how I'm going to play them. Not in chronological order.
Yeah, I'll say release order is probably the best way because they're a bit all over the place.
Yeah,
the timeline's a bit like kind of jumping all over the place.
Yeah,
I would say.
I can't be asked. Anyway, for those who are new, I would like to tell you what we're going to do. We usually do 3 segments, which is currently playing, top news, and we play together. This episode's probably going to be a bit shorter because it was very last minute, so it might not go as long. But we also not doing top news today because there's nothing I've really seen other than the Xbox thing, but I don't know much about that at the moment, so maybe I'll talk about that next time.
Has there been like another conference or something, has there?
No, another conference. The not CMA, the what's the American FTA?
Oh yeah, probably the Activision thing's like gonna go through, isn't it?
It's gonna go through, yeah, but obviously that's in America, but there's still the EU, which I don't think is they said you can do it as long as you do these things, whereas the UK is like, no, fuck you, you're not doing it. But that could change on appeals and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Or Microsoft could just say, okay, we just won't sell anything in the UK, which would be shit. You know? It would suck balls. So yeah, the other section is we play together, like I think I might have said. But yeah, so we probably be, like I said, doing a shorter episode, but still fun. Anyway, Cumberdanes, I would like to know what you are currently playing.
What am I currently playing? I've been having to think. I was having a bit of a look before. Mainly FF7 Remake.
Oh right, yeah. I'm not finished the original. So how's the remake compared to it?
Really, really good. I put off playing it for a long time because I didn't like it.
Okay.
Because I love the original so much.
Ah, right.
And I was just like, what if I don't like it? Right from the get go, it's fantastic.
Brilliant.
I finished it twice now, actually.
Shit. Is it short then, or did you just?
No, I've put like 80 hours into it.
Shit.
I've done it once, and I've done it on New Game Plus, and I've started it a third time on hard. I'm entertaining getting the platinum in it.
Oh, nice. A lot of time going to be sunk into it then.
Yep.
Have you have you got what's that other one? Final Fantasy 7, and then you play as like different people, maybe.
Crisis Core.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the same remake. It's just like it was more added to it.
Oh, the DLC.
Yeah, it's DLC, is it? I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it's called Intergrade.
That's the one, Intergrade. Yeah.
Yeah, you play as Yuffie.
Have you played that?
I've not played that yet.
You going?
But I'll play it. I've got it, but I hate Yuffie.
Right.
Can't stand her. She's one of my least favorite characters in the original. With her and I think I even prefer, like, I don't know how familiar you are with FF7, but there's a weird character called Ketchi, who's like a talking teddy bear.
Hmm.
And I even prefer him over Yuffie.
Yeah.
Yuffie's just so annoying.
Fair enough.
Because there's always like one really chipper, happy-go-lucky character in like FF games, and I always hate them.
Yeah. You get that or not, RP? You know, a lot of people are like, this specific person I hate, and it's usually most people agreeing on the same person.
Yeah. Like, why do they keep making these characters? No one likes them. But yeah, the game is fantastic. I've only really played the PS4 version. I've got the PS5 version because I think it's like a free upgrade or something.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there is.
I think it's if you even if you've got the PS Plus version, which is what I've got. If you've got any digital version, you're automatically getting an upgrade to the PS5 version.
Yeah. It was originally it was like you couldn't, but then they changed it so that you could for some reason.
But even the PS4 version looks stunning.
Yeah, but
apparently there's like some textures that are a bit weird. Like apparently, like notoriously, the door of Cloud's apartment near the start of the game, there's just no texture on it.
Okay.
And apparently in the PS5 version, it's fixed and it looks like wood the way it's supposed to. But I haven't really noticed any kind of problems. It's like there's no load time problems. It runs really smoothly. It looks stunning. There's a couple of minor complaints where like it takes what's a very small part of the original game. You're talking maybe like 10, 8 to 12 hours, maybe tops of the original game. And it stretches into a full game, like a sort of 30, 40 hour game. So there's a bit of filler.
Yeah. But is it interesting filler?
Some of it, yes. Some of it, no. There's a couple of bits where you're just like, oh, wait, get on with it. There's definitely a few bits where they could have just trimmed it down a little bit. Particularly a lot of the time, you're often walking through areas and nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Like there'll be a dungeon and there's like but there's no random battles in it. All the monsters you can see them on the map, and you just walk in them and start fighting them. But some of the dungeons have barely any monsters in, so a lot of the time you're just kind of walking around, not really doing much. Like they could have stood to have like more enemy encounters in it.
I thought all the Final Fantasy games tended to have random battles, random encounters.
Haven't for a while. No, haven't for a while.
Oh yeah, actually I played Final Fantasy 15 a bit.
Not random battles. 12. 12, 13, 15, 16 don't have random battles.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think the last one to have strictly random battles was 10.
They decided to copy Mystic Quest, eh? And go down the route of every enemy's on screen that you would need to fight.
There's one bit in it in particular that is a massive improvement from in the original, because it was a little bit insensitive in the original version. There's a bit where, are you going to play it? I know you haven't played the original, but are you going to play it?
I don't know. Probably not.
Do you know about the cross-dressing in it?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a bit where Cloud has to cross-dress, okay?
Yeah.
In the original version, it's kind of played for laughs.
Yeah.
And it's a bit homophobic, to be honest.
That's not good.
But it's massively improved in this version. Like it is really, really camp.
Yeah.
But it's handled with like just a lot more sensitivity.
Oh, that's good.
It's done so well. So I really credit them for that.
Yeah, it's always good when they go back and improve stuff.
Not going sort of for the cheap laughs like they did in the original.
Yeah. Wonder if was it the same in Japan, or was it just translated differently in the West? Or
I think it might have been worse in Japan.
Ah. Shit. I am. Good man.
Well, Japan's quite infamous for that sort of thing.
Well, playing things for laughs, like
just being homophobic.
All right.
Like Japanese, like a lot of like RPGs and stuff. Japanese games in general are full of like homophobia.
All right, I haven't realised. I don't play a lot of RPGs though, so maybe that's why. I'm not an RPG aficionado.
One of the best examples is Enchanted Arms, which is like quite an early Xbox game. One of your party characters is like just a really over the top gay guy who's like always hitting on the main character, like really predatory, predatory gay guy. That's pretty creepy.
Sounds interesting. That doesn't sound interesting. Have you been playing anything else other than Final Fantasy VII?
FF16.
Okay.
Yeah, I caved and bought FF16 the other day.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
I wasn't going to, but I was just like, sod it, I'm going to buy it. I'm not that far into it, but really liking it. It's very friendly with do-overs. I've noticed, like, if you lose a battle, you don't have to like go back to your last save point and lose like loads of progress. You just start again from the last battle, sort of thing.
Yeah, like as in you die and then you can select to like just start straight from the battle.
Yeah, it just says like, do you want to just try again or go back to the title screen, sort of thing.
Yeah, they've not done that in Final Fantasy games before. Oh,
I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
Last Final Fantasy I played was apart from 14 was 15, and I never finished it because I got bored. I did listen to the Final Fantasy 6 soundtrack in the car when I was driving around, though.
I like 15. 15's a fun game. I platinum FF15.
Yeah, I couldn't be asked with platinum game.
What else have I been playing? I played the demo for Lies of P.
Oh, right, yeah, that game I'm interested in.
It's a bit rough, I would say. But from what I understand, the devs have like responded to criticism on the demo, and they said they're going to fix kind of problems. Like two of the main problems were you couldn't roll while locked onto an enemy,
right,
and you couldn't move properly while blocking.
Yeah, they are issues that need to be sorted then, aren't they?
But like thankfully, the devs have said, okay, yeah, we're aware there's some issues. We are going to work to getting those ironed out. So at least they are listening to criticism, which is a good sign.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing, because Lies of P is something that I've actually I am pretty interested in checking out.
It's a very nice looking game. I'll say that much about it. The atmosphere is really good. The demo is a surprisingly long demo as well. You get to play a good chunk of the game. I think it's there's like 3, maybe 4 bosses in there, and there's even like an optional mini boss that you can get like a new weapon from if you kill it. So it's quite a substantial demo.
Yeah, sounds like it. You planning on getting the full game when it comes out after playing the demo? Or was you planning on getting it anyway? It's on Game Pass, so yeah, you're
gonna probably get. I probably wasn't going to buy it, but it's on Game Pass, so I've got no excuse not to.
Yeah, no reason to not play it.
I bought the season pass for Warlong as well recently.
That's
the first DLC for that.
Yeah, you told me the DLC was out. I didn't realize you bought the season pass. How was that?
It's cheap. I think it's cheaper. It's all right. The first kind of I've done 3. I think I've done 3 levels of it, or 2 in a part. Most of the 3rd level.
Yeah.
The first one, the boss is like it's another kind of Galleon armor type of boss who ends up joining you, which is quite a common thing throughout the game. Like you meet different warriors who like you can summon for help later.
Yeah.
The next boss was a little bit lazy. I felt it was a palette swap of an earlier boss in the game.
Right.
And then the boss of the 3rd chapter is quite good. It's a big sort of like dragon guy, but he keeps kicking my ass.
Dragon guy.
I can't get the timing down on his unblockable attacks because you played Warlong.
Yeah, I played Warlong. We did.
You know how the enemies do like
remember?
attacks in red, and you've got to parry them, and it leaves them wide open to a counter attack.
Yeah.
I just can't get the timing right on them, and then I just got my ass kicked every time. You've got to kind of play tennis with him like he's a Zelda boss, like Ganon.
Oh, right,
like
nice.
What he'll do is at the start of the fight, you'll fire 2 blue sort of lightning bolts at you, which you've got to dodge or block, and then he fires like a red one, which moves more slowly. You've got to like parry that back at him. Then he fires at you again, and you've got to parry it back at him a second time. I think you've got to do it 2 or 3 times to actually stun him. And I can never manage it. I only ever get it once.
Damn. Sounds tricky, man. I need to get back to Warlong. Quite a few games I need to get back to be honest. Quite a few with the podcast games I haven't gone back to. Some of them I finished. Some of them I haven't gone back to, not because of I haven't enjoyed them. Some of them I didn't enjoy. But it's mainly simply because I want to play more games.
Yeah.
And like Zelda's taking up a bit of my time at the minute when I am streaming.
Not bought that yet. I can wait for that, to be honest.
That's fair enough. You might get a really good deal on the Nintendo sale.
Maybe.
You might get it for £65.
I did buy a copy of Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core recently. I got an alright deal on that. It was very reduced it by, I think it was like from 50 down to 40. I was like, that's not bad for the physical version.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So I played it on PSP a little bit years ago, but didn't really get into it. But there's certain events in 7 Remake that make me more inclined to give Crisis Core another go.
Yeah.
There's a particular character that appears a little bit more in 7 Remake than he does in the original.
All right. Makes more sense to check out that then for backstory.
Yeah. I'm thinking they might try and tie it in the second game somehow.
That'd be cool. I've never finished a mainline Final Fantasy game. The only Final Fantasy game I've finished is Final Fantasy Mystic Quest on the Super Nintendo.
That's the really easy one, isn't it?
It is.
I played a little bit of that for I think it was a stream request once. Like Jasm had me play an hour of it or something.
Yeah, it's actually quite good. Like, it's obviously not like a proper Final Fantasy, but it's actually quite fun, and the music is really good. And there is a part in the game that's ridiculously not difficult, but it's a pain in the ass because you can get petrified. And if your entire team get petrified, you turn into stone, then you fail and you have to go from the last save point.
Yeah, so, the Star Ocean 1 gets like that.
It was like that. It was like this mountain, I think, volcano climb or something, and you just every fucking couple of fights you just get fucking wiped by a petrification spell constantly.
Yeah, there's a certain point in Star Ocean 1 where like you've really got to start crafting armor with that gives you like petrify immunity.
Nice.
Otherwise, like there's just basically as soon as the battle starts, your whole party gets petrified and it's game over.
Damn.
It's ridiculous. It's really near the end. It's a horrible difficulty spike.
Yeah. That sucks.
It put me off like finishing it the first time I played it.
Yeah, fucking bet, man.
But then when I went back to it when it got the remaster on PS4, I knew it was coming, so I prepared for it.
Yeah. But in Mystic Quest, you can't really do a lot with things like that. You literally get you upgrade your weapon by finding them in chests and things like that, I believe. Same with your armor and what have you. You just find them as you're traveling.
From what I played of it, it did seem like very, very basic. Like
yeah, it was
not a lot of customization.
My first Final Fantasy, really.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea though, because you get like younger players in. Because my first Final Fantasy, my first ever RPG was Final Fantasy VIII, and somehow I finished it, and that's one of the most complicated RPGs ever. The battle system in Final Fantasy VIII is really complicated.
I think I only played it about 10 minutes.
So for that to be my first ever RPG and to somehow sort of bungle my way through it, it's quite impressive.
Yeah, agreed. I rarely finish RPGs though because I tend to get sidetracked too much. I find the problem with a lot of RPGs, where they have a lot of side stuff, is I'll be trying to do all the side stuff, and then I'll get to the point where I'm just burnt out on the game, and I'm like, I should have just carried on with the story. And then that's why I end up not finishing them. It's more to do with that than anything else.
And other than that, what else have I been playing? Pillars of Eternity as well. Played quite a bit of that.
Oh yeah, I've watched the streams. How are you finding it?
That's really good. I need to stop. I haven't played it for a week or so. I need to stop playing it again.
What was it that kept killing you the other day? Ogres or some trolls?
Ogres, yeah. Oh, fuck, that was so annoying.
You killed like
that's
6.
That's a really difficult game.
Yeah, fucking bet, man.
It can be anyway. Sometimes it can be really easy, but then sometimes it's just like you get into an enemy encounter and things don't go in your favor, and you just die constantly.
I guess RNGs can be a bitch sometimes.
Yep. I mean, you can quick save almost any time, so there is that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I still don't really fully understand how that game works. Some of the mechanics are just lost on me.
Yeah.
It does have some quite complicated mechanics, which I don't really get. I just pick them. Like, I don't know half the powers do. I just pick ones that sound good.
It's a way to do it, man.
Like, I don't. I'll give you all this text about like what it does, and it's got a 2% chance of causing a critical hit if used at the start of a battle, and blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, but does it sound good? Has it got a fun name? I just want the ones with the fun names.
Exactly. That's how you do it, man.
Yeah, I need to get back to that. It's quite good how they apparently they integrate like there was 2 expansions for the original PC version, and like the way they've done it in this port is they've just integrated them as part of the story.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to do them to get like the credits, but yeah, they just kind of. I think it's when you hit a certain point in the story, it just goes, oh yeah, you might want to go here.
That's cool.
Sort of thing. I like it when games like that when the DLC kind of feels more organic. I think it was Deus Ex Human Revolution did that. If you pre-ordered it, you got like a free day one DLC pack, which was like a couple of extra missions. But I was kind of confused. I was like, well, where's my extra missions? And then like turns out they just hid them really well. They just turned up as part of the main story if you pre-ordered it.
Oh, that's really cool. Didn't know that.
So I was like, oh, where did my DLC go? And it's like, oh, I've done it. Okay.
One thing I find with DLC, I've said it a few times to people, but usually if a game has DLC and I've played the game and the DLC comes out later, I tend not to play it. Whereas if the game has DLC but I haven't got the game and then I buy the game when the DLC's out, then I'll tend to play it and then go straight into the DLC.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that because I played Bloodborne to death at launch. I think I finished it like 3 times in like the week that it launched, and then I traded it straight in. I've never touched the DLC for it. No. Same with Dark Souls 3. Never touched the Dark Souls 3 DLC.
Yeah.
I was going to do it on stream. That was my plan, but then I think playing Dark Souls 1 on stream, then Dark Souls 2, and then starting 3, it was just too much doing them all back to back.
Yeah, well, you've had a break now, so you can get to it now, can't you?
Maybe.
You sure
I did stream a little bit of Demon Souls.
Yeah, it was New Game Plus.
I've actually been playing a bit of that online recently. I blame Diablo for like fucking it over. Diablo and FF16 because I was playing it with Keisha, but then she got Diablo 4. Because I'm kind of stuck in New Game Plus, like unable to beat it, and like she was having trouble finishing New Game, like just the first round. So like I helped her finish the first run through, and then I was like, right now you can help me do New Game Plus. I think we got a couple of bosses done, and that was it.
Bloody new games spoiling it all the time. It happens though. It happens.
Because there's a couple of bosses where I'm like short of a massive grind. I don't know how I'm going to beat them. I can't see any other way of beating them because I'm not even getting close to finishing them.
Invite Keisha to a game. Say,
and I've already
stop playing Diablo 4.
To try and use different gear. I've already done like shitloads of grinding. And so I'm at the point now where I don't want to grind anymore.
Yeah, I get bored.
Because I'm at the point now where the level ups are taking so much like souls to get that it's just not worth bothering.
Yeah, I get that. And I found the Demon Souls didn't give you a lot of souls anyway.
Oh well, you can kind of circumvent that. There's a really good farming spot where you can just get ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
But even that's starting to like run dry now, basically.
Yeah.
Like even the best farming spot in the game is like diminishing returns now because I need that many souls to level up.
I know what you need to do, man. You need to get good. Had to be said.
Get good. Just get good.
Isn't it?
What are you doing, man? Just get good.
Would you like to move on to We Play Together?
Yeah. Why not?
So the next segment is We Play Together, and we played a game called The Gardens Between, I believe it's called. It is.
Yep.
So, what did you think of it?
It reminds me of two games that I don't like.
Right.
The first one being a Memoir Blue.
Right.
The second one being Braid.
Oh, fair enough. I didn't like Braid. I didn't mind Memoir Blue. It was pretty simplistic and fine to just quickly dash through.
I think the way the story's told reminds me of Memoir Blue, which again I say I wasn't keen on, and all the time manipulation nonsense just reminds me of Braid, and I hated Braid.
Yeah, same here.
I just didn't get the hype with Braid at all.
No, I didn't like the game.
Yeah, everyone loved it. I just thought, am I missing something? And I've just never liked it.
This game though I found more interesting. I actually enjoyed more than I did Braid. I didn't think it was an amazing game. I thought it was okay.
I liked it more than Braid. It's not as bad as Braid.
Yeah, it was alright. Finished it, you know.
The little kind of ending bit was quite nice. I felt.
Yeah.
Where you sort of found out what was actually going on, and it was like, you know, two friends like reliving their childhood memories because one's moving away.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The puzzle, like I said, it wasn't amazing. It was alright, but like I enjoyed some of the puzzles. I did think that some of them, like, I screwed up from just pure stupidity. Like I'd move something and I'm like, why isn't this working? What am I doing wrong? And it just means I would have to like stay still for a second for it to work.
A couple of the puzzles kind of annoyed me a little bit. They were all right to start with. I think like the first like 5 or so worlds were okay, but I think it was like maybe at world 6 and 7, the puzzles got a bit annoying. There was a lot of like having to like rewind and fast forward and shit like that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I remember there was a bit where you had to like put a type of code onto a computer.
Yeah.
And then you had to like keep manipulating like the back and forth to make people land on the keys in the right order and stuff. That's just annoying.
I didn't mind that.
You had to do something else after that. You had to like make the printer print the right thing out as well.
Yeah.
Which wasn't immediately obvious.
Yeah, I didn't know which one to print out, and then I noticed a thing, and I was like, that's what I do. Easy, simple, finally. But there was literally a few puzzles where I was like, oh my god, why didn't I just stand still for longer? And things like that. It's like, oh my god, why didn't I do this really simple thing? Like after you've done this, like, how did I? It was like this ball I was moving, and then you had to stand in a certain spot for it to light up your lantern thing.
Oh, was that the one with the telescope?
Yeah, and for ages I was like, why the hell isn't this working? Because I kept walking past it, but I had to stand still for a few seconds.
Oh yeah. Wait, if you're gonna put the moon thing above like the picnic basket.
Yeah.
You can pick it up. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I did that a few times, but I didn't stand still long enough. Couple of things.
There were some quite clever sort of use of time. The way there was a bits where you had to like slow time down on water drops and stuff to like make circuits. That was quite clever.
Yeah, and with the lightning and shit.
Yeah, it's actually got quite a fun trophy set. There's like, because most of them aren't just for beating the game. Most of them are for like, you know, between each stage where you find them in like, you see the two kids in a bubble.
Yeah.
There's little cutscene kind of bits. There's trophies in each of those for like manipulating them in a certain way.
All right.
There's one where like one of the kids throws popcorn at the other. If you like, you've got to sort of slightly rewind it slightly and make her throw popcorn at the other kid like 5 times in a row.
Oh, that's cool. I was thinking about rewinding, but I went forward because I was like, I don't know what's happening with these little things. If I rewind it, does it mean that it doesn't happen? Or something like that. That was my thought because I didn't know exactly what was going on.
There's a little bit with the game console where you play like a weird game with a crow.
Super silly crow.
Yeah, super silly crow. If you walk into the enemy and that, there's a trophy for that as well for getting game over.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not a great game. I haven't really got a lot to say about it. It just reminds me of a couple of games that I don't really care for.
Yeah, that's fair enough. you're not a big fan of them. I'm not a massive puzzle person.
Same.
But like, I didn't know what type of game it was. I just saw it was a short game. I thought, oh, let's do that because we haven't got time to dilly dally.
The puzzles in that were just the right level. I felt they weren't like stupidly easy so as to be insulting.
Yeah.
But then also they weren't like really taxing to make you feel stupid.
Yeah. They weren't really.
I think they were pitched just right.
Yeah.
I find some of those the puzzles you get in adventure games, they're just like, what? Some of the moon logic you've got to like pull, it's insane. There's something like that. Is it what? I think it's one of the Discworld games that has something really notorious in it about stealing some guy's belt. And apparently the solution is just ridiculously elaborate.
Shoot the guy and take his belt.
I think they're just made to sell guidebooks.
Probably. It would make sense. It makes
it really, really, really obtuse. So you'll buy a magazine to get the walk through or whatever.
Nowadays, that's not a problem. You just go on the internet and type it in.
Like, oh yeah, go on the internet. How do I do this?
Exactly. But yeah, I thought it was all right as well. Visually, I thought the game was okay as well. Looked quite nice.
Yeah, it looks quite nice.
Atmospheric, especially towards the end, because it goes from this nice and sunny to then dark and grim and then rainy, then thundery. Kind of.
Yeah.
Guess it's going with their emotions, I guess, where they were having fun and they fucking off.
Yeah, because there's a bit where like you seem like building a tree house, and then there's another level where like one of them loses their jacket down a drain or something.
Yeah. And
you're trying to like fish it out with a stick.
Jumped in there, man. But yeah, I haven't got a lot to say about the game either, to be honest. It was alright. The puzzles were alright. Visually, it was quite nice. It had a good atmosphere throughout the game. Seeing the progression as well, especially when you know the context of the story.
Yeah,
it works well. It was
that's typically the kind of game I would play.
No, it's not. I tend not to play puzzly games. Like I did play that Planet of Lana for the last episode of the podcast, which is a puzzle platformer, but I think I preferred that to this because it was more action platforming, action puzzling, if that makes sense.
I did like, I don't know why I didn't finish it before it left Game Pass. That puzzle game where you have to manipulate paintings and like to turn pages and like to change out. Is it called Gorangoa?
Gorogoa or something, yeah.
That was really good. I never finished it.
Oh me, I got stuck on a puzzle and left. Just like fuck this shit and left it.
That was a really fun game. It was really clever how you had to like manipulate the different scenes, like line pictures up correctly to like change perspective and stuff.
Yeah, I think I was stuck on a puzzle with a clock or something. And like I don't know what I'm doing.
There's a PSP game like that. I think is it called Echo Chrome?
Oh, is that the one with the person you got to move around? Yeah,
you've got to like change the background and change shadows and stuff.
Yeah, for the person or on like all these platforms and shit.
Like Contrast, Contrast does that as well.
Yeah, it does. Which I never finished that either. I saw more of that game via Matt playing it and streaming it than I did myself.
Contrast's alright. I played it on the PS4 years ago. It's on PS Plus, I think.
Yeah, it was. I played
it. It's on Game Pass as well. I think I played it for a Game Pass quest.
I haven't. Don't think anyway.
Yeah, that's not a bad game. It's very short.
Or Contrast or
Contrast. It's like I think it's like maybe like a 4 or 5 hour game or something.
Yeah, I played it a little bit. I was like, I think when I played it, I think it came out the same time as Resogun on PS Plus, maybe, or like a month after. Something. I just
Resogun's good.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good. That was like game as well.
One of the best PS4 launch titles.
Yeah. I mean,
at its core, it was a Defender clone.
Yeah. Maybe other people did. What do you call it? The recently-ish
Returnal.
Returnal, that's the one.
Yeah, Housemarque are a good dev. Yeah, they made that game you played as well. Outland.
Oh yeah.
That's another really good game.
It is, yeah.
I've never played a bad game by Housemarque. They're a good dev. They made like Super Stardust.
The games are good. It's just I'm not good at them, if that makes sense.
Dead Nation's worth playing. It's like a twin-stick shooter with zombies.
Yeah, there's Dead Nation and Alien Nation.
Yeah, I think they did one called like is it Nex Machina or something? Is it called?
Yeah,
I think that's them as well.
Yeah, it might be. I can't remember.
Super Stardust HD is really good.
Yeah,
that was on PS Plus as well. A bit like Geometry Wars.
Yeah, it was a bit like Geometry.
Another game I love. Geometry Wars. That's so bloody good.
Yeah.
And Activision closed down the dev. Dicks.
Well, if Microsoft get them, they could open it back up.
Well, Microsoft used to own Bizarre Creations. Then Activision bought them. They released what's the game they did that flopped? Blur.
Racing game winner.
Yeah, they did Blur. That kind of flopped. I think they had them do. They had them working on a Bond game. I think they did the driving bits in one of those PS3 Bond games.
All right.
And then they just sort of like closed them down and made them just part of the COD machine.
Like most fucking of their company, I was going to say then, but yeah, technically.
Yeah, it's all they do. They just like close like cool devs down and just have them churning out COD games. Like Raven Software were a great dev. Like made some very good FPSs over the years. And now they're just part of the COD machine.
Who was it who did the Transformers games and a few other games? High Moon Studio or something. They were really good. Were they Activision?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And then they didn't.
And there was
them in the bin, like
Treyarch.
Yeah.
As well.
Everything goes to COD.
Made like a. Yeah, Treyarch made like the Spider-Man 2 game, I think. The movie. I think.
And that's considered the best one of them.
I was at Lux or Flux. Let's have a look.
But if Microsoft get them, hopefully it'll mean they'll bring back some of the IPs that have fucking been dead and buried for a while.
Maybe.
Then again, they haven't really worked with fucking the Raze IP.
Yeah, that's it. They made Spider-Man 2 and Ultimate Spider-Man for like the GameCube and PS2 and whatnot.
I think I played
They made Web of Shadows.
I played that as well. Don't quote me on.
So yeah, they just seem to like close these companies down and have them just helping make COD games. Because I know they had the thing before where it was like, I think Treyarch would make a COD and then Infinity Ward would make one. They used to alternate year to year or something.
Yeah.
Now they just seem to just close studios down and have them like help out on COD.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. I guess it's their biggest money spinner, so.
I guess.
Nothing else is making the same kind of money, so
yeah, it just is all they care about is like COD and WoW.
Yeah.
On Diablo, I guess, which is the other like Blizzard thing in it.
Yeah, there's also StarCraft in it, but I don't know how well StarCraft does.
What's the other? Who's Hearthstone again? Is that them as well?
Yeah.
That's like the WoW card game, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I wonder if they'll do because they made Warcraft, then Warcraft 2, then Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft. I wonder if they'll do a StarCraft 3 and I don't know, Space of StarCraft or something.
Galaxy of StarCraft.
You know? And then just have a big like
Well, they couldn't even finish StarCraft Ghosts for the GameCube, could they?
No.
That was like a stealth game. Like a stealth shooter or something. They just got cancelled. It looked pretty good as well, if memory serves.
Yeah, well, they couldn't even finish the story stuff of Overwatch 2. From the sounds of it. Yeah. Would you recommend playing the Gardens Between?
If artsy sort of puzzle games are your thing, yes.
Okay.
but it's just not for me.
Nah, I thought it was alright. I would recommend it on the basis of if you want something to play through that's not too taxing on your brain, but wanna like
I mean, it's
chill out
short.
too.
That's a good selling point, I guess.
Yeah, it's short. It's always good to have a short game to play in between your longer game.
Yeah, if you just wanted something just to quickly complete something, and yeah, that's a good point about it. It's very short. Not as short as some of the other games that I played earlier this year.
Like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I know, I'll tell you about. I did like some dumpster dives for like really cheap crap games on PSN.
All right.
Like on the PlayStation Store. Oh my god, I've played some right shite.
Oh, in the vein of fucking My Name Is Mayo.
Oh, it did even worse.
Yeah, but the same kind of thing, like cheap and fucking.
Yeah, like 79p games. One of them I think was in a sale for 19p, and it's not worth the 19p I paid for it.
Damn.
That was a game called Lady in a Leotard with a Gun.
Sounds like a good game.
It does. It's dire.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up here then. Is there anything you would like to plug?
No, I mean I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. Just Cumberdanes. I don't stream as much as I probably should, but I do when I can.
Yeah.
If you want to come and hang out, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. That's going to be us then. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. I'll be back in 2 weeks with Coffee Talk 2, I believe. Yeah.
Oh.
So take care and bye-bye.
Bye.